is we have a business spotlight where I talk about a few businesses, a few black businesses that I feel people in our country, people in our city need to know about. You know, when it comes to economics in the black community, when it comes to the amount of money that we spend outside of our community, I think it's really important that we do our best to not only seek out black businesses, but support them and, you know, let other people know about them as well. So we have a business spotlight segment on the show where I talk about different black businesses in the country, you know, just to give them some shine, man. Also on the show, new segment that I added, we'll be talking about some news stories. So I'll look at, you know, 2 or 3 different news stories from around the country pertaining to black society and how the situation may or may not affect us, and just kind of go over what's been going on in the news when it comes to my people. So that's pretty much what we do here on the podcast. So I want to welcome everybody for tuning in today, man. Like I said, I hope everybody is having a good new year so far. Getting relaxed. Some people who work jobs probably just getting back to work over the past few days. So I hope everybody is recharged and ready to go for this 2020. You feel me? Now, what I wanted to get into first. Oh, and keep in mind, today's topic, I'll basically be, so look, like I said, most of the time, you know, when I just come to you by myself, we'll talk about family, we'll talk about relationships, but typically what I like to talk about most is our children, being a father of 5, a lot of different scenarios and situations that I've been through throughout my 22 years of being a father. So I like to break down some of these situations just to give parents insight on things I did right, things I did wrong, and kind of using those scenarios as fuel to help out the family, right? So today we're going to dig deep into the necessity of college. Like, is every kid in our community meant to go to college? Should every kid go to college? Is there alternative routes that a kid can take? Now, keep it in mind, we understand that just graduating from high school and not doing anything with yourself, just graduating from high school and going right into the workforce, I don't really recommend that for any young person. So we have to figure it out. Are we going to we're going to take out a hefty loan and send them to college? Are we going to do trade school, JUCO, different things like that? So that is what we'll explore today as far as our topic is concerned. Now, first thing we're going to get into is the businesses. First business I want to talk about, which is a sister I spoke about on the last podcast, Christmas Eve, I think it was, House of Naras. Now, House of Naras is spelled Naras. You can go to houseofnaras.com. House of Naras is a clothing boutique brought to you by a sister named Shakira. I think she said it's a long I, so I think her name is Shakira Rule. She is a sister, a local sister here in Sacramento, but she has a clothing boutique online, and I think for women in our community, when I look at social media, when I look at a lot of the images our young women have to look at, sometime, seeing chicks with their ass out, seeing chicks pretty much showing everything they got, that there's a time and place for that. But ultimately, I think if you want a man's respect, if you want to command respect, rather, you should try to dress appropriately and make sure you pick your spots when it comes to the clothing you like to wear. But the reason why I like this sister's clothing brand, because the dresses she has some jogger sets. It's real classy, real sexy, yet classy, and most women, I think, would appreciate some of the designs that she has. And like I said, man, we spend a lot of money outside of our community. So when we see people inside of the community creating quality products, because it's one thing just to support somebody because they're black, but you want to make sure the product you're supporting is quality as well. And at the House of Naras, she has a nice sale going on right now, so you can get a dress on sale. She has a velvet duster. I personally didn't know what a duster was before I went to her website. So it's like a long, not a scarf, but like a long jacket type get up, but it looks real good. You feel me? She is modeling a lot of her pieces on her website. So when I look at the dresses, when I look at the shirts she has, or the different shirts and dresses, it looks really good. You feel me? So I think women in our community would appreciate some of the clothing this sister has. Again, that's House of Naras. Really, really sexy clothing, form-fitting clothing, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's a way to look sexy and look appealing to men without having all your shit out. You feel me? And on the site, she tries her best to set trends through unique and classic styles. So go to House of Naras today. Check it out. She has some sales on the website. If you order items that are over $100, you'll get free shipping. So that's a good thing. Go to the website, everybody. Check her out. Now, for the next business that I wanted to speak about, this is a brother that I've had on my podcast. I've interviewed him on my website even before I had the podcast. One of my close associates, my brother Khalid White. Now, Khalid is a junior college professor, and he created a platform called BlkmpWr.com. That is spelled BLKMPWR.com, BlkmpWr.com. On his website, not only will you find this book, his award-winning book, Black Fatherhood, Trials, Tribulations, Testimony, and Triumph, which is a really, really great book that I've had the pleasure of reading. The book comes with a documentary. Khalid has been around the country doing book signings and showing the documentary. The documentary has won a couple awards up into this point. It really just tackles fatherhood from several different fathers' perspective, from different economic backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds to a degree. So just a really, really riveting piece of work. The brother also has children's books. He has a book written in Spanish for our Spanish brothers and sisters. He has another children's book just for our black children, our melanated children. You feel me? So on the website, you can get his books. You can get his clothing. He has the Black Empower clothing, a lot of nice shirts with empowering messages on them. He wrote this is the guidebook called Teaching Men of Color in the Community College. So him and a couple of other professors got together and created this manual for black boys and girls black men, basically black boys who are in the junior college, community college system, right? So this is some good stuff, man. Khalid he's been at it for a while. So everybody support the brother, man. The kids' books, if you have small children, they'll love these books. His book that he's written, I think, for all of us who are fathers, who are black fathers, who have been through different things with the child support system, if you've been through different things with the mother of your children, it's just really relatable stories in the book that can be used as inspiration. You feel me? Because sometimes, you are going through all these different emotions as a man and you're not, and it almost feels like you're going through it by yourself. But this book and the men he was able to talk to in the book just makes it really relatable for me, and it makes you understand that there's other dudes out there like you, and it's something that we can use as motivation to keep moving forward. So please go to BlkmpWr.com. Again, that's BLKMPWR.com. Order one of the books from my boy Khalid White, who is a college professor, a really, really, really cool brother. So he has the fashion, he has the books, he has his documentary on there. Everybody go to the website and check him out. Now, we'll move on to the news stories for the day.